Nagaland continues to simmer. 15 people, including one security personnel, have been killed in the firing incident in Mon district in Nagaland. While an apex tribal body claimed the death toll mounted to 17, the police say it's 14. The Indian Army, 3 corps in fact in Dimapur, has begun an internal inquiry headed by a Major General rank officer into this entire matter. Army sources have said during the security operation, a barrel-like caught on the surveillance had added to the suspicion of the civilians being part of a terror outfit. Top security sources have said that the inquiry team, in fact, is going to be giving out more details. We'll be tracing the sequence of the events. Nagaland Chief Minister Neifu Rio has demanded removal of AFSPA in this entire state. He's also called it a draconian act, questioning as to why it wasn't removed if it was enforced to tackle insurgency. This comes after an angry mob vandalized an Assam Rifles camp and the office of the Konyak Union on Sunday. The mob, comprising of approximately 500 youth, entered the security forces camp after the firing, and civilians were mistaken to be extremists. The government of the state of Nagaland has announced an ex gratia of 5 lakh rupees each to the families. Meanwhile, the Chief Minister has also attended the funeral services in Mon. Section 144 has been imposed in the district and mobile internet has been suspended.
We want justice! We want! We are here at Mon district where that horrible incident took place, civilian firing over a botched up operation. And you can see the situation over here. People are out on the streets, the locals protesting. And this is the scenario in entire Nagaland. What we do know right now, the funeral service is also currently under its way, where the Chief Minister of Nagaland is also present. The situation was under boil since the last 2 days, but right now it's a bit under control. But you can see the people around. They are here on the streets to protest. With video journalist Alok Das from Nagaland, this is Shreya Chatterjee for India Today.
Talking about the horrific incident in which 14 civilians died in a firing incident in the Tiru village area in Nagaland's Mon district on Saturday evening. One Jawan also lost his life in the firing. Nagaland Chief Minister has ordered an SIT probe into this incident, promising justice. Home Minister Amit Shah also has tweeted over this incident, expressing grief.
It all started when security forces planned a special operation against insurgents in Nagaland's Mon. After specific intelligence inputs about movements of insurgents, they stopped a group of people from Otting village returning home from a local coal mine, suspecting they were terrorists, and according to reports, opening fire. 6 people driving in a mini truck died on the spot. A local search party of villagers which came looking went berserk after discovering the bodies. Sources reveal that angry villagers then surrounded the forces in protest and set their vehicles on fire, forcing the Assam Rifles troop to retaliate, resulting in more casualties. 1 Assam Rifles personnel died in the attack and many other security personnel were injured. Assam Rifles issued a statement after the incident and regretted the aftermath of the operation, which it said was aimed at tracking insurgents. It also initiated a high-level probe and promised to take appropriate action as per law. Nagaland CM Neifu Rio ordered an SIT probe into the incident and promised justice.
That operation was carried out based on introduced with army claims, not by Assam Rifles, but by one para unit of army.
That's right. Okay. Okay. And this is a counter-insurgency operation. So the team came into Nagaland and then, based on some intelligence inputs as being stated in the statement.
Yeah, based on some intelligence that there is a movement of underground cadre, right, reportedly by NST and YEA.
Home Minister Amit Shah also tweeted over the incident, promising justice and expressed grief. Congress MP Rahul Gandhi hit out at the government and called the incident heart-wrenching. Rajya Sabha MP from Nagaland, KG Kenye, promised to take the fight for justice to Parliament.
Oh, it's shocking. Highly condemnable.
So one question that I want to know, by any chance, will you be raising this in the Parliament tomorrow?
Certainly. I will seek permission from the chairman in the 0 hours.
The famous Hornbill Fest in Kohima has been stopped after the incident. With Indrajit Kundu, Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, as Nagaland incident flares up, ruckus erupted in Parliament. Opposition MPs are demanding an explanation from the government over the killings. Prime Minister Modi also held a meeting with top ministers in Parliament over this incident. He's discussed the government's strategy in both houses. He will be addressing the Lok Sabha at 3 and Rajya Sabha at 4 over the horrific killings. Shah had announced to constitute a high-level team that's going to be thoroughly investigating this matter. On Sunday, he took to Twitter and expressed anguish over this. He's expressed condolences to the bereaved families. Meanwhile, opposition has also upped the ante over this incident. AIMIM Chief Asaduddin Owaisi has hit out at Shah, asking the government to sack the Home Minister immediately. Trinamool Congress, meanwhile, says the matter is of great public interest. The party has also submitted a notice in Parliament for a discussion on this firing incident.
Villagers agitated and tried to take back the dead body, and there was a scuffle between 21 paratroopers and the villagers. In between, the villagers set fire on 3 vehicles belonging to security forces. So when the fire started burning, their vehicle, they indiscriminately again fired upon those villagers and killed another 7 of them and injured 14 of them seriously and 8 of them sustained minor injuries.
What has happened on December 4th and December 5th will be remembered as a black day in the history of Nagaland. At this juncture, the killing of unarmed civilians is highly condemnable. And at this juncture, I appeal for peace from all sections of society. And peace can only be delivered if the Union Home Minister and the Union Defence Minister and the Government of India give us the truth and give us justice.
I strongly condemn this barbaric killing of 17 innocent Indians. I offer their condolences to them. AFSPA is a symbol of oppression, is an object of hate. It should be repealed. And may I know, sir, and may I know from the government, will the government give permission to sanction those killers? They cannot be called men in uniform. They are killers of innocent people. Will you give them permission to be prosecuted? Will you repeal this AFSA? No country in the world has such barbaric laws. 31 December के बाद Disturbed Areas Act मत इंक्रीज करें नागालैंड में. क्या इन्फॉर्मर का सर आखिरी क्या ये इन्फॉर्मर का ताल्लुक चीन से था क्या? क्या करे सरकार? जिम्मेदारी होम मिनिस्टर जी.
वहाँ पर एफआईआर दर्ज हो गई है पुलिस की तरफ से कि इन्होंने जो किया एक तरह से सो मोटो एक्शन लिया, पुलिस को भी नहीं बताया, लोकल पुलिस को. हम गृह मंत्री का बयान सुनना चाहते हैं, उसके बाद में बोल सकता हूँ. आपको लग रहा है कि वहाँ पे टेंशन काफी बढ़ गई है जिस तरह की हालत है? टेंशन सिर्फ नागालैंड में नहीं है, मुझे लगता है पूरे नॉर्थ ईस्ट में टेंशन होगा उससे, और पूरे देश सदमे में है कि जिस तरह से हमारे देश के 13 नागरिकों को जिस तरह से मारा गया है. जो भी कहीं चूक हुई है उसकी जांच हो रही है और जांच में जो विषय निकल कर आएगा उसको कार्रवाई होगी.
उस मामले को तो हम उठा रहे हैं और हम ये डिमांड करेंगे कि होम मिनिस्टर अपना स्टेटमेंट दे और वहाँ के घटना के बारे में वो अपने सविस्तर विचार संसद में कह दे, उसकी हम अपेक्षा कर रहे हैं.
सर नागालैंड में कल जो घटना घटी है सर, ये बड़ा दुखदायक और ये बड़ा शर्मसार एक मुद्दा है सर. नागालैंड में 16 से 17 बेगुनाह लोगों को मौत हुई है. ये दर्दनाक घटना की सदन में चर्चा करने का मौका दिया जाए. नागालैंड में ये लोग शांति करार किया था,
ये शांति करा का नतीजा क्या निकला हम सब देख रहे हैं सर। इसके चलते सदन में सर सबसे बड़े मुद्दा आज नागालैंड मुद्दा आना चाहिए सर, क्योंकि बेगुनाह लोगों की इसमें मौत हुई है। सरकार को इस पर जवाब देना चाहिए।